That is now finished. There is no water pump in the moment. We take the water out of the well. Timio was coming at the beginning and looking for the water.
Yeah.
And I told him, if there is no water, I will visit you. And in the beginning, we have had no water. It was very dry, long time no rain. We began in March, I think. There was a long time nothing. After the blocks are in the well because of the coronavirus. Ferry shall make it and make the cement on the walls in the well. And suddenly they cannot go, it's coronavirus, and I told them what I have to do with coronavirus. I need to build my house. We can build. Nothing happened. And anytime they have another answer, Ferry shall build the house. It was clear with Ferry, and I think the boss is Joe there, and Joe has the shorts on, and Ferry needs to do what Joe wants. I don't know. They have nothing. They have every time another word, and I'm looking for the other word. Okay. And now, my great problem. May I ask you for help?
I can.
I don't know. You know, I don't know the modern technique. And I have a very great problem. There was a problem first. Because of that, I thought the whole time I need to go to Terence for help. But the both problems now are together. And it is a great problem because of the coronavirus. I'm an outlaw in the moment. I have no visa and I have no passport. And yesterday I visited the immigration again in Tagbilaran. Here nobody knows anything. It's about at the time they know not really what is with the coronavirus, what is with house quarantine, what is with the checkpoint. It seems to be at the point that nobody know anything what you really can believe. And I told Talia, I go now to Tagbilaran, to the immigration office, I will look what happened there. And the problem is, my visa, the last was at the end, May last year. And normal, I'm going, it was 9 days before the end, for the next visa. And I came there and they told me, there is a coronavirus, there is house quarantine, we make no new visas now. You can carry the last paper of the last visa, and in the moment far we make no visas. And there was only one officer at that time in the office. It was about closed. There was nobody at that time. Your house quarantine. Everywhere in Taliban is written at the stores, no face mask, no quarantine pass, no entry.
Yeah, but it's
It's
Han.
not true.
You cannot know what is.
No, it's
And
no one, everybody put those signs up because that's what they printed. But I haven't seen anybody, not even the bank, are asking for quarantine passes. Nobody.
Yeah, I wonder the whole time. But now last at the Metro Bank, they need suddenly all a face
Yeah,
child.
yeah.
Okay, we can make far, and they told me now, we can make only that you know it, the immigration moved in Tagbilaran. They are going now to Banglao.
That's right. Yes, it's
To
changed.
Banglao. It's 23 kilometers far, and I could pay, go and back 500 for the bicycle. And they told me now, at the old office there was not one person. And she told me, here is to do nothing, you need to go to Bangalore, to Bangalore. Before I was going here to the office where you can buy the tickets in Taliban for the aeroplane. I thought they know what is the problem all with the coronavirus, with going to Makati, to Manila, to the German embassy. And that woman told us, yes, it is possible. I know it before. You need a lot of paperwork of the health center and the Baranya and at last of the police and all but of the municipal, and you can fly and get a ticket to Manila. But if you come back to Bohol, and that was the whole time a problem, nobody came back to Bohol. Bohol was locked, they stranded all in Manila. Here the owner of the hardware store here at the road, he was going to Manila, he came not back, he was stranded in Manila. And at the end he is seaman, he was going on a ship and he drives now for a half year on the ocean. And now at the immigration office, the woman told me, if you come to Manila, you get 14 days quarantine. If you come back to Bohol, you get 14 days again. That are 4 weeks. And the problem is, the kids are alone. And
The kids are alone.
our kids are alone.
Why?
Why? It needs normal that Talia accompany me with my health,
The kids would be alone. Yeah,
would be alone.
would be alone.
And the last, I cannot stay a long time in Manila because of my money with hotel or what is all the problems there. And now they told me I shall try to get, first they told me only I get help and only they can do anything in the moment, the German embassy. And I shall try, not traveling, I shall try to get connection over internet to the German embassy. And the second, in Bangalore, the immigration office told me they can make nothing for me in the moment. First I need a new passport, and if I have a new passport, I need to go to the immigration to Manila. They say now, in May, they told me we make no visa in the future, and now they say you overstay more than 6 months. We can do nothing here. You need to go first to Manila to the immigration. It become all very interesting, and between normal, if you want to buy a ticket and fly, you need a passport. But I have no passport. The circle is closed.
Yeah.
And I asked now in the office where they sell the tickets in Taliban, that is possible without. I have a passport, but the expire date is over since September last year. And the problem was the whole time lockdown, there was nothing possible. A long time you could not come outside Bohol, it was a great prison here. No ferry, no aeroplane and all. And now, you know, I have no idea of the modern technique. They told me you can go in, I told them I have no computer, I cannot make anything. And the second, I have no idea of such a machine. Yeah, you can go in the internet shop and make it there. Yeah, I told them I cannot start
Yeah,
the
because
computer.
it's, remember when you renew your passport, you do it online, you do it via FedEx, right?
And the problem is now,
Oh,
if
he
you
gonna
can-
call the German embassy. You know, there's some phone number on the German embassy. He can call in Manila. What's the
Why
other
don't-
option?
Why don't you call the German embassy?
I never called before, and I have no telephone in the moment, and the great nonsense is, Talia make videos and all nonsense with the telephone, but she cannot call with her telephone. What I only have in my iPad, the iPad is dead. I can only look the photos, that's all. I have no internet. And
Yeah,
that
because
was,
he can call in the
that
immigration,
was my-
the embassy.
In the
So
what?
he can call the German embassy. What I can do? I'm stranded in Bohol, right? I'm in Bohol. I cannot fly in your office. What can I do to renew my passport, right? And by that he can use FedEx or LBC to FedEx to send to
Right, but
German.
he needs to be able to make the call. And
Yeah.
he doesn't have the wherewithal to be able to make the call. That's the problem.
They told me
Yeah.
to take connection over internet with the German embassy, and that is now the second question. I want to make internet same you have the internet with the antenna, that I have internet without an end. And for that I don't know what to do same,
Alfred,
but it's not possible, I think, to make that a very fast now for the visa. What
Well-
I now only have, I have the internet address in my iPad of the German embassy.
Okay.
well, we can make that connection for him.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
But
email
my-
the immigration, the embassy. What are the requirements? What he can do for that?
The problem is with the calling, I cannot hear. Okay, they speak the German language, but I have problems with here it and calling with my telephone. It's a price without an end, and my telephone is saying that I'm not loading. It's lying there in my bag since a long time.
My thought, if I were you, I would get an agency to handle it.
That is now a problem of my English language. I don't understand it. What you can tell me?
You go to someone whose job it is to do all of these things.
An agent.
An agent,
Same office about if you want to marry, they make all for you.
yes.
Or a visa office.
That's what I would do. I would go to
That
an
is a very good
agency.
idea because I don't know, I become
Right.
crazy of that.
I would say, see, what we have had to do, because I have the same problem, not exactly the same, because I have a passport and everything is being handled, but I don't want to go to Cebu because I don't want tests and I don't want the possibility that I may be stranded like you've been talking.
Yes, that
Right, so
we have the same
you have
problem.
to stay in Bohol.
I think that will be the
Right.
best. And
Stay
I
in
told
Bohol.
Talia, if nothing will happen, I stay without a passport and I stay without a visa.
That's what
That
I
will
would
be
do.
the best. And
And
at last,
eventually-
if they make the problems, I
Right.
tell them that is the problem of your
Right.
problems with your coronavirus.
With the corona, you'll be able to put the blame on the corona because that's what the problem is, and eventually it will be handled. Now, so you have two things that you could do. One, you can do nothing and wait until the coronavirus allows free travel without quarantine. That's one option. The other option is you can first see if you can handle this through Cebu.
My information is in Cebu is to do nothing. Short before the coronavirus, I visited the consulate in Cebu, and the consul told me you cannot get a passport here. You need for the passport to go to German embassy, only it's possible that you take later the new passport here. There was a German man, he takes his passport there in the consulate. But it seems in Cebu is trouble more with the coronavirus
Well, you
in
may,
Manila.
yeah, what we had to do was we had to give the authority to someone else to go to Cebu, someone who is already living in Cebu that we trust, and they went to the embassy in Cebu on my immigration problem. But I do have a passport, so, and everything is in process. So I'm not out of status like you are. I'm in status, but I haven't picked up my card.
Yeah, the CR card is
You
the
see?
same over.
See, I haven't picked up my card. So we have given we have given the right of attorney, power of attorney, to someone in Cebu who can take the power of attorney and get the card. And then he can put the card on the boat and we'll pick it up here.
What a trouble.
See, I know it's a lot, but that's what we can do. We can handle it that way, so we are handling it that way. But for you, and only you can make this decision, at some point, all of this mess will be bundled up into a huge problem which won't be individual. It won't be individual's problem. It will be the problem of the various embassies and the immigration of the Philippines. And they will have to handle it. But because it's not your fault, if you can rightly say that something is not your fault, I tried to do this, it couldn't be done, then when it's finally resolved, you probably will have a penalty.
Yeah, I think the best option is he needs to go to
your
go to
idea-
Tagbilaran.
To what?
To Tagbilaran.
He's
for-
been to Tagbilaran.
No, I mean for the agency. Look for an agency to do all his paperwork. If he cannot call the immigration out the
We had an
embassy.
agency, didn't we? Didn't we?
I don't-
Were we not told about an agency?
I don't know.
It's in
They have,
Cebu.
What?
That's in Cebu when we try to process a visa for Australia.
there is a difference between our two persons. You have English passport
Yeah. Well, I have an American passport.
and the American nationality, and I'm the German, and they may be different. You know, at the immigration, they are different for the visa for every nation.
There's an American embassy in Cebu, though, isn't there?
The
There is,
consul
but
in
your passport.
Cebu told me
Yeah, there's
that
an American embassy
There's an
in
American
Cebu.
embassy in Cebu. But then when we process your
there's
passport,
American
we process
embassy.
it.
In Cebu.
in
America.
Germany
That's
have only a consulate in Cebu.
Ah,
Remember when you're out of your passport,
That is a great
we
you see,
send
there
it
is a
to
great difference.
FedEx in America, I think, yeah.
Sorry, say that again?
When your passport is out, we send it in FedEx, going to for renewal, right?
Yeah.
It can only happen that they anytime say you need to leave the Philippines and go to Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he needs to address on that because there's
In my
some
head is now
immigration problem.
the possibility with the agent.
That's,
But where I can find such a people?
That's I think we will ask Alvin what agency that doing his processing of his visa. Remember that? And we
he
can
got someone else to do it.
to do it on his visa.
So, how do we get in touch with you? If we make inquiries and find an agent, how do we get in touch with you?
Oh. The English language is the problem.
You're not on the internet, okay? You are not on the computer.
I have nothing. And
Right.
I don't know to work with such a
Okay,
machine.
now, we have that computer.
Yes, I know.
So, we can find an agency for you.
That would be very good, yeah. But we need to find one, I think, who knows the German language. That is the greater problem.
I think there's no need for German language because he communicate in English.
Normal, you can think, and the German embassy, they can speak English. And maybe the beginning can begin with the English language. And maybe I can write a letter, and such a people can send the letter with a fax to the embassy.
Do you have a contact number or email to them?
I have an internet address of the German embassy.
Yeah.
You need to give that to us.
I'm not the same person if I was here at the community. But I'm working every day, the whole day. And that is the next, if I have the problems over, that is the problem without a passport. I want to look for my operation now. You need everywhere a passport, that is a greater problem.
What operation?
For his hip.
Ah.
Well, by the looks of it, for his hip.
Why he needs a passport if he got an operation?
There's the internet address. The completely
Oh, okay.
address, telephone number and all.
Well, we need to
I'll take